A dichotomous key is a tool used by scientists to identify organisms both in the field and in the laboratory. The dichotomous key was originally developed by Jean-Baptiste Lamarck over 100 years ago. We can also use a dichotomous key to identify pictures of organisms like this animal that we see here. Let's click the forward arrow and let's try to identify what this animal is. The most important thing that we need to know about a dichotomous key is that we always start with step number 1. Now in this, you are going to be forced to start at step number 1, but later in the presentation, you're going to see a whole dichotomous key on one page, and you must always remember to start with step number 1. Let's click the forward arrow to begin. Step 1 is going to ask you one question, and that question is only going to have 2 choices. The question that we need to answer for step 1 is whether this animal has a mane or it does not have a mane. Now, if we're not positive what a mane is, we might assume that it does have a mane, so we'll click on 1B and we're brought to this screen. A mane is extra hair that is typically around an animal's neck, as shown in this picture of a lion right here. Let's click the back arrow and take a look at our picture again and see if it has a mane. Now when we're looking at our picture, we're going to notice that there is not extra hair around this animal's neck. Since that extra hair is not present, we're going to have to select that the animal does not have a mane. We'll click on 1A and we'll find out that this animal does not have extra hair around its neck, so our answer here is correct. Let's click the forward arrow to move to the next step. Step 2 asks us whether this animal has spots or stripes, or if it does not have spots or stripes. Now, if we're unsure what that means, let's click that it does not have spots or stripes, and we're brought to this screen. Spots or stripes are typically dark colored patches on an animal's fur. You'll see in this picture, the animal does have dark patches, and this picture, the animal does not. Let's click the back arrow and look at our picture again. So we're asking, does our animal have spots or stripes? Now we'll see a bunch of dark patches on this animal's fur, so we do know that it has spots or stripes. We'll click on 2A, and we're brought here. This animal definitely has spots or stripes because we can see the darker patches here, 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 and all over the animal's fur. Let's click the forward arrow for our next step. Step 3, it asks you if the animal has spots or if it has stripes. Now let's click on stripes to see if we're correct. Stripes are typically more designed as like lines, like this picture of a tiger shows. These patches are in organized lines, which makes them stripes. Let's click the back arrow and look again. Since our animal has patches that are not connected, or mostly not connected, they don't really look like lines, so they have to be spots. Since we've completed our dichotomous key correctly, we know that this animal is a cheetah. Click forward for more information. Dichotomous keys can also be written on one page, such as Jean-Baptiste Lamarck originally did. Remember what I said before, that you always need to start with step number 1. So let's click the forward arrow and see the same dichotomous key that we just did on one page. This is the exact same dichotomous key that we just used, however it's all written on one page. You'll see that you have steps 1, 2, and 3, and remember we always start with step number 1. Step number 1 gives you 2 choices. The animal either has a large shaggy mane or it does not have a mane. Since we know that this animal does not have a mane now, we're going to select this one, follow across, and it tells us to go to step 2. Step 2, you have 2 choices again. Choice A was that the animal has spots or stripes, and choice B is that the animal does not have spots or stripes. Since we know the animal has spots or stripes, we're going to follow across, to where it says go to step 3. Step 3, once again, we have two choices where it says the animal has stripes or the animal has spots. Since we've already done this dichotomous key, we know that this animal has spots, so we'll follow across to get the name of an animal, which is a cheetah. We will have more practice on dichotomous keys in the future, but this is just a quick introduction to what you can use a dichotomous key for.